Hello everybody. In this session we will learn what is Java and why Java is so popular in the IT industry. Even it was launched in 1995 and today it is 2026. But still it is quite popular in IT industry. So we'll understand its major feature and environment setup and all other important things before a deep dive into the code. So in this session major focus on understanding the Java at high level. So let's get started. So I have designed a session chapter wise, and for this one I have written a book on Java, and we will go through chapter wise and also will explain the things in detail through the code. So let's get started with first chapter, and it's about introduction of Java and environment setup. So first we will learn what is Java. So Java is high level object oriented platform independent programming language used in developing web application and other types of application as well in the backend. You know that in software industry there are many programming languages, but most of them are deprecated over the period of time, but Java is still relevant. It's even we can say that it's heavily used in IT industry when we have to develop the complex software. So in this regard, just I wanted to say that I have 10 years of experience as a Java developer, and I have done MTech in artificial intelligence and data science, and currently I am working on Java as well as AI with Python. So in this chapter we will understand Java, and as per my experience I will try to make you understand why Java is quite popular among the people and in software industry. So you can see here it has many capabilities to develop the application, like using Java we can develop desktop application, web application, mobile application, especially Android. You know that in the backend and actually Android is developed on top of Java, so under the hood it was using Java features. And banking application, cloud based services, big data, means we can say that Java application is used everywhere in the backend, and it is quite light, so it can be used in mini device to supercomputer. So for this one you don't need to have a special hardware or a special setup. Java can be run on any laptop, any computer, even quite old computer. You can run this Java application. Okay, so originally Java was developed by Sun Microsystem in 1995, and later point of time in 2010 it was acquired by Oracle Corporation, and it has many important features, or we can say characteristics, like Java is simple, secure, robust, portable, platform independent, architectural neutral, high performance, multi-threaded, distributed, dynamic, interpreted, object oriented. So these are the important characteristics of Java, and to understand the thing you can stop the video and you can read out all the things and understand gradually, but I will make the things fast. But to understand the thing in depth, just stop the video and read the things and note down for better understanding. So first we will understand Java is simple. So many people think that Java is very complex, but here it is written simple. So yes, Java is simple in terms of internal complexity, like you don't need to manage the memory manually. For means to manage the memory you don't need to write the any special code, and it can be run on any hardware. You don't need a special kind of hardware, and it's quite light. So Java is simple, but by syntax maybe and by syntax and by feature maybe it's complex, but in terms of running the Java it's a very simple. So Java is called simple. Like if you run the C or C plus program, you have to also write the code for memory management, and it also add the complexity, like it support in C plus plus support multiple inheritance. It unnecessarily add the complexity. When you work with the complex program, then you will understand the thing how other programming language is complex in terms of managing the memory classes and handle the complex logic. So Java is quite simple in this term, and it's a lightweight and it can run anywhere. So Java is simple and secure. You know that Java is popular because it provide the security. So you can see here why Java is secure. So it removes some features of C++, like C++ was supporting pointer, but Java doesn't support because it has some memory issue, and other features you can go through. Okay, and Java is robust. Robust means it manages the memory automatically. It has garbage collector, so using that it manages the memory and try to run the application even when it has memory issue. And if disk is full, means memory is full, then it try to remove the data, old data, and continue the program. Okay, so for this one you don't need to write the code. It has garbage collector feature, and this feature runs internally to release the memory. So Java is robust, portable, it can run anywhere, platform independent, it can run on any platform. Means on any platform means here is operating system, means Java can run on Linux, Windows, Unix, any types of operating system it can run. So it doesn't have any restriction. Because of this feature, Java happened quite popular. And architectural neutral, it means that it can run on any hardware. Means it to run the Java program you don't need to have a special kind of hardware, so it can run on any hardware. Okay, so it's a architectural neutral. High performance, it's a compile code it's very high, means it provide high performance in terms of other interpreted language. Actually in the software industry there are many types of languages. Some languages use compiler, some languages use interpreter to run the programs. So Java uses interpreter, and in this category whichever programming languages are use interpreter, in this Java is fast, so it is called high performance. But in reality it's not faster than C++, because C++ uses compiler, and compiler is quite faster than any interpreted language. But yes, as I said, Java provide better performance in the interpreted programming language. So Java, it is called high performance. Multi-threaded, you know that Java support multi-threaded, means that at the same time you can perform multiple tasks. And even nowadays all new programming languages support multi-threading, and Java also doing the same thing. And it's distributed, means that it support RMI, networking, API, web services, microservices architecture, and dynamic in nature means runtime. Actually, there are some advanced feature you will understand later point of time, but just listen. Java is dynamic. Dynamic in this term means it can load the class at runtime using reflection and class loader. It runs things means written class on fly. Interpreted and compiler means when you write the Java program, you have first source code has .java extension, and once it is compiled, it has .class extension. So it is called interpreted plus compiled means first program is compiled, and to run the program it is interpreted. So Java is interpreted plus compiled. And object oriented, it is object oriented programming. Java is not pure object oriented, but yes, it's a highly used object oriented feature. And object oriented feature has encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. So these are the major characteristics of Java. And to learn the Java program, I will recommend you to install Java 17. Okay, so that you can run the program easily, because if you install quite old or very new features, maybe some features will not work properly, or maybe some features are not covered in this tutorial. So better to install Java 17 to understand the things. And Java has a very big community. Actually, when you work in the software industry, then in the complex project you will face the challenges. So to resolve the challenges in the production environment in the real time, you need support from the external world, direct or indirect. So for this, community is very important. So Java community is very big, and it's a very strong and mature programming language. And nowadays it's a microservices era, so it also support microservice architecture. And even I am working on microservice architecture with Java in a Spring Boot. So it's a quite popular and it's quite interesting programming languages. So I will recommend you to learn this programming language to find the better job in the IT industry. Okay, so let's understand how Java works internally. So Java has first source code, means source code has .java extension, and when we compile this .java file, then it generates .class file, means Java source file. It's compiled by compiler and it has Java C command. Suppose your class name is first program, then for compiling the Java program you have to write Java C first program.java, and when you enter, then it compile the code and convert the source code into the byte code, and byte code has .class extension. And then interpreter comes into the picture, and this interpreter means Java interpreter run the program, and finally it produces the output. So it has a step like writing source code, and this, suppose this is the program you have written. So for compiling you have to write Java C hello.java, means it's a file name and it's a class name. File name would be hello.java, and class name is like here public class hello. We have already seen in the first session. So these are the things to run the Java program, and once it is compiled you can run the Java program. Okay, and internally Java means Java is run through the JVM, means Java virtual machine. It's a runtime environment. So Java has JVM to run the Java program, means bytecode basically, means dot class file is generated, then this is executed by the JVM, and JVM has interpreter and some other things like it has class loader, bytecode verifier, interpreter, JIT compiler, garbage collector, and many more things JVM has internally, but we don't need to bother about that, how things going under the hood, but at high level you should have understanding how JVM works internally. And internally it uses the memory. So and memory is categorized into multiple categories like method area. This is used by the method. Heap area, it is here object is resides, means object store its data. A stack memory, it is also used by the means JVM. When we call the method, actually a stack is getting used. Program counter, native method here. So these are the area, means memory area where data is stored while running the Java program. So I am just giving the overview of all the things in the very first chapter. And let's understand JVM, JRE and JDK. Actually Java has JDK, and JDK means Java Development Kit. It contains JVM and JRE. So under the JDK means it has library basically. In the using that it actually build the whole application. Through the JDK we build the application and develop the application. So it has Java source code also. So if you want to see any library, how things going and what is the things, so you can find in JDK source. Actually it also contain the source file, so you can directly open source file, and this source file is under the JDK. And JVM basically it contains the many things we have already seen here. JVM contains class loader, byte verifier in JDK and all other things. And JRE is like a runtime. JRE is Java runtime environment, means it run the program. So JDK is top level things. Under this JVM, and JVM has JRE. So these are the things used while running the program. You can see here JRE equal to JVM plus library, means Java runtime environment has JVM plus library. And here is the pictorial view of JDK, JRE and JVM. So JDK it contains JRE and JRE contains JVM and other libraries. And here is the quick overview of what JVM, JRE can do and have. So you can see and find the things on the internet in details if you want to understand the things in depth. So now let's focus on installing the Java 17. So first you need to download the Java 17 from the Oracle website. Okay, and there are little bit different step for operating system. Suppose you have Windows operating system, then there is this step you have to follow, and for Mac OS you can follow these steps, and for Linux and Ubuntu or Unix, here is the step. So it's a quite simple to install the Java. You will find the things over the internet, and you can also follow here. Steps are mentioned, just you have to copy paste and then it will install the things based on your operating system. And here it finally, once environment is done, Java installation is done, then you can write a Java program and you can simply run. So these are the high level overview of what is Java and why Java is so popular this day. And these are the interview questions. Maybe interviewer will ask during the interview, so what is Java, who developed the Java and when. So I have mentioned 25 popular interview questions which may be asked during the interview, so you can prepare for this one. So for this I am stopping this session, and we'll see the Java in depth in the next session. Thank you.